Hi there, my name is Greg and you're watching Fat Time channel. I'm going to be digging into a set of 3 photographs which relate to the the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, which is questions raised by the channel BlackBeltBarrister. This is a channel I watch, really enjoy, and I highly recommend watching it yourself. Very interesting, very useful advice. So basically, I've got the page up here because for reasons I'm not quite sure, the Apple screen recorder stops me from recording what is essentially a paused video. I don't quite get that. Never mind. I'm on multiple tries, so this might fail again. So I've got the description here. This is what's on the Black Belt Barrister's YouTube channel, specifically this video, and this basically explains the details. A Twitter post, I quote, a Twitter post suggests that the same photograph was reused 3 times for different events. HTTP, so on Bunny Lebowski's Twitter account, which is Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and they put across the same 3 pictures. Now there's a very dark picture now, it's got a switch. Hopefully it doesn't crash, stop again. Yes, okay, brilliant. So we're going on to the website here, Deep Dive. Now I'm just going to close YouTube because I don't want that running. Back and close. I don't need that. So this is the deepdive.net, and this is basically where the exhibits are located. There are 3 exhibits in question, so I'm just going to pull them up. 512. Hence why I spoke to myself, which is the spilled wine. Oh yeah, of course my notes have vanished. I just needed that to happen. That just makes it much easier. Okay, 724, 723, what? 723, let's try that. Yay! Okay, so 723. I'm an idiot. You can see literally it's above me here, so it's going to be 725. Yeah, okay. Literally, I'm realizing we're literally here on the page. So I'm just going to do 3 snapshots. So those are the exhibits on the depth drive, and these are what those images come up as. So I'm going to do first one now, just doing a screen grab. This is from image 725. This one is image 723. I hope. Okay, let's just assume that's it. Yeah, 723B. And final image is going to be 512. Yeah, 512. My head, I'm thinking of RAM. Okay, so due to me trying this earlier and having gone through this whole palaver quite a few times now, let's switch across. If I can go, we're into Pixelmator. Yeah, because I've had to redo this several times now. I kind of think it's easier and just do it the easy way, which is just do screen grabs rather than copy paste and go through the drama involved there. So I'm in program Pixelmator, and I'm just going to go in the camera roll and go pick the first image, which is 725. Putting in 723 now. And 512. The reason I'm doing this is basically to allow us to do some editing whilst also doing that. So let's hide that for now. It's 8 o'clock. Oh, brilliant. Right, let's hide that one. Let's do that. So I'm going to rotate this image, which is 75. Rotating it to 270 degrees. So it's lined up with the other images. I need to format. Canvas. Okay. Right. Arrange. I need to constrain proportions. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm actually optically rescaling the image to make it fit the page better, because I want to overlap some images. So dropping down the opacity of the image. First of all, I just want to see how this compares. I'll show this image. And again, we're just going to... Right, let me just find something out. I'm curious. Right, okay, so that's the orientation of a bottle. Shadows are similar. I'm going to rotate this image as well. So again, take it round to 270 degrees initially. So we're roughly there. Okay, now it's going to adjust it fraction more. So first thing we're going to do is going to bring the opacity back up on that first image. We're going to do the opacity on this image. I'm just going to drop it down. The purpose of this is so I can actually lay it on top of the other image. We're going to zoom in and we're going to scale this down. About there, looks right. That's interesting. That's the first thing. So first thing I'm not going to assume it's somebody's used the distort tool. I'm going to assume that that was taken like that. I think you can see what I can see, so let's slide that up. Okay, I think this makes it pretty obvious there's something wrong there. Okay, so if we look in the image here, the two are slightly off by a fraction. I'm just going to correct. Fraction. Raise it there. Okay, so what I want you to do is just take a note of the image here. So I'm just going to create a... No, I don't want to do that. I want to do a new layer. paint, and we're going to pick one of my favourite colours. That's fine. And I'm just going to highlight some areas of the image. Opacity is fine. We're going to use pencil. That's fine. Okay. So we're just going to look at these two images here. We can see the first image is here. So we've got stain here, and we've got the alternate stain, which is in this colour here. And you can see they're very close together, but as we go further along, we see the examples of this again. Line here and somewhere there. I've now forgotten which is which. Just give me a second. So we've got one line here. We've got another line here, which is the actual board gap itself. And again, with the stain here, we've got the stain here, and we've got this little distortion here where the other stain is. It's overlapped by the texture, which is a bit of a problem. But you can see as we get to the bottle, this is the edge of the label on the bottle here, and this is the edge of the bottle here. So whilst it sounds like it might be the case, it starts to fall apart. So again, we can see here the actual shadow line going here. But in this image we have the shadow again going there. So this is all, it's off, the two are off by a fraction of a degree. So maybe 1 degree off, but you can see they're very, very close together. But then when we get to the bottle, the two are quite significantly apart from where they are. So again, we'll just do a little highlight here. So we look at the text for characteristics in the image, and we're seeing like where the coat of arms are and signature. And we've got a signature here and the signature here. It's not close by, so even if it's this signature or it's that signature, they're quite far apart. But looking at how the actual bottle is arranged, where the light is, which is in this spot here, we can see it in this image here. It's about twice the distance away that we should be expecting. So this is definitely two images, but things have been moved around now. It's possible that the image has been altered. I would really need to sit in Photoshop and work it out, but I don't believe it's the case. I think some things have been moved around, but the stains, and this is where it gets interesting, my personal belief is that they've rearranged the scene and taken the photograph twice on the same day. So optically, there's no question this is two separate images. But here's where it gets interesting. So let's just delete this layer. Let's go get a new layer. I'm just going to show you the interesting bit. So assume everything we've just talked about here is 100% correct. Now I want to draw your attention to, let's go with this colour for now. Let's draw attention to these stains here. Look very carefully. You notice they are duplicates, identical stains. That's very strange. And why they're identical? Because, well, this is the same stain. All that's happened is the bottle's been moved over. All that's happened, so if we draw another marker, let's go for slight blue. So this and this little area, sorry, this and this indicate the different positions that we're situated at. The bottle again, this and this are two different bottles essentially. Sorry, not two different, the same bottle, but it's being repositioned like somebody's just rearranged the scene. But the stains still match the characteristics of the image. So from my experience, my skills in advanced Photoshop, this image has been constructed. Somebody's gone up and taken the same scene twice, but they've done a little bit of repositioning to make it look like two different shots. So it's been counterfeited. It's been manipulated to tell two different stories, but they're on two different occasions. So let me just pull this back up. So let's done that. Let's delete that. Let me just check this again. So this was so that was 723, and that this one is 725. So those were taken on the same day. So clearly it's the same. It's the same scene and same shot. So 723 basically is of exactly the same image. Let's go on to 725. So I don't need to have this image available anymore. So I'm just gonna delete that. Let's go and add our next one. Right, so what I'm going to do to make this much easier to see, I'm just going to tune the image. So, I'm going to have a problem with that, aren't I? I don't know if it got to that right. How did you get to that position? Probably use the program I use, to be fair. I do forget I'm not using Photoshop, so yeah, we're going to open an image. That's the one. let's try a different way. Okay, it's not grading. Right, what am I going to do? Okay, let's do that. What I want to do is be able to see the details in the image without destroying the image too much. So, I need to bring it down. I think I just need to enhance it that way, and I guess. Okay. I can't do that one. Okay, let's try that then, I guess. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, of course I could do that. Oh, okay, yeah, that solves that problem. I'm an idiot sometimes. Why didn't I think of doing that? So you can tell I'm actually doing this. I'm not messing around, but okay. The only problem with doing this very rarely. I need more practice. I haven't done this for such a long time on Pixelmator. I prefer to do it on Photoshop. Just try to balance the image up. How close is that to that much? Okay, refraction out. Still. Is it enough for comparison? I think it is. Time from scaling this. I'm assuming you can see what I can see. So let's just point out the overlap. You see, as I'm moving this over, where the lines just line up perfectly, but they just seem to be a little off. This image has been distorted, so when we're talking about this upper level, which I've just hiding now. Now, my belief is this is the altered image. I could be wrong. I think I am wrong. I think that this image I'm just hiding now is the altered image, and the top one is the actual original image. The reason I think this is, I'm just going to hide this again. Yeah, so we can see right at the top here we've got this big carpet. I thought that was a distortion. It's not. That's the original, the carpet. Something extends over that way. So we can see distortion in the image. That's not relevant. Okay, sorry, I'm talking about something and I just realised I'm totally wrong. Right, let me put that back up. Right, sorry, this is what I thought was part of the carpet. It's not relevant, because it's exactly the same as over here. So that's not relevant. But what's interesting is when I layer these over, I'm looking at this, 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 and all these little patterns and stains all start matching up, but they all distort. Actually, is that one? Did I check that? I'm going to check that. Give me a second. Oh, I can't see that, so... Oh, yes, I can. You can see there's two little dots of light, which are on the pattern I'm moving up, look like some eyeballs, very tiny eyeballs. That's where the light's reflecting on the surface. You've got similar on the wooden panel. I'm just going to do this again so you can see. So I'm looking at that. These little markings here on the wood and that there, how they're actually lining up, and you're seeing the same sort of distortions. So like the little notch there and the notch there. Characteristics which are familiar characteristics, that and that. Like a spot the difference, you're looking for all those little tiny little distortions in the image. I'm going to definitely agree that this is the same scene, same image recycled on all three photos, just with a little bit of repositioning. I also stand corrected. This dark image, why I had problems with it, I couldn't seem to enhance it. It didn't seem to behave how I expected it to. This is why. So if I go into the adjust colors, this is it this one? Oh no, it's Pixelmator. No, it's Snapseed. So when I go into Snapseed, I can go into tools and I can go into curves. And in curves we have like a little histogram. I'm not sure if you can see. There we go. So down the bottom here we have a graph chart showing me where the colours are. Thank you. And I'm looking at these lines here, which are indicating it's very, very dark, and I can't seem to get that to make sense. It's not working how I'd expect it to behave, because when I push it too much, I get too much light leak. If I push it down here, it's too much contrast. It just doesn't seem to line up. It kind of naturally feels like it should be here. And it looks like somebody's really darkened, put the contrast to hide the characteristics. So what we see now is where we've got the wine stains here, these crests and peaks. My guess is they made it very dark, so you couldn't actually see all the little fine details, like these two little dots of light, which reflect on a wine stain, and these on the actual panel of wood, which are reproduced, things you wouldn't normally be able to see. But when we're actually enhancing the image in Pixelmator as an overlay, we can actually see those little details become visible. So we can see those two little dots are actually the reflection of light on the actual wine itself. I'm going to keep saying blood. I'm not meaning to say blood. I'm just not with it right now. Let's format. So we can see how on the the wine stain with little two dots. Wait, am I on the right one? Yeah, I'm on the right one. Format. So, oh yeah, just zoomed in too much. So we can see the little two dots there, and again on the wood we can see there's little markings, which again, when we hide it, because it's much darker, but we can see the two little dots were actually about 5 or 6 little dots, and we can see the stains here, which are very conveniently hidden by the darkness of the image. So it looks like this was the original, but my guess is I'm mistaken, and this is the modified one. And come on, up you come. This is the original. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that this is the original. Now, what's happened here is the image has been altered to make it look brighter. That's what's causing this distortion here on this black bar, which makes it look like somebody's just altered this image. Because it's hiding, we go here, what's hidden in the image? Well, this collar, or this bag, or this piece, or shoe, whatever, is hidden, obscured by the black partition bar, and so you would be able to tell pretty quickly it was the same image. But by putting a mask over the side, we're able to make the suggestion, or the person that did this is able to make the suggestion that none of that's relevant, and that's something which is irrelevant to the case, when in reality it's actually part of the image. So that's why I thought, let's hide that again, that's why I thought this was the original image. But no, it's not. It's so exhibit 512 is an altered image, and exhibit 725, whilst optically altered to make it look a little bit brighter, emphasis on these grey bars showing a distortion. Yeah, this is basically the original image. Okay, I hope this is of interest. This is going out to BlackBeltBarrister. If you want to use any of this, you're more than welcome. You have my full permission to use it. I'm using the images under public domain and being critical of the images. And I'd say if you've got a chance, go and check out the channel. It's awesome, and the host is wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this is of interest. Yeah.